Hey there everyone, welcome to your weekly training. Today I decided to do just a quick video because I want to train you more so on visuals than on just talking. So today is January 2nd if you're watching this today or maybe watching anytime, following after. One of the biggest things on my goals is to get recruits the Saleabration. I know recruiting is such a secret to bonuses and income and future growth for my team and future leaders in my team. And I do truly believe that we have probably the best starter kit special that we've ever had in Stampin' Up! History. So I want to make sure that I maximize it the most. So one of the things that was on my to-do list this week was to create visuals to help me to be able to recruit both live and online. And so I thought, why not share those visuals with you as well so we could all work together, right? People that work together find success together, and then we can play together on the incentive trips when we earn them. One of the key ways for you to get on the incentive trip is by recruiting. When you recruit, then they become qualified, and then you get flex points for that. That same recruit then can turn around and become a bronze elite. You get flex points for that. And that same recruit can eventually turn around and be one of your first silvers. Still, because we have so much time left until the end of the year. So who you recruit now during Saleabration is a key, huge factor to your income, because if you get 5 qualified recruits, that's $700 CSV. If you have 8 promotions to bronze elite and above, and again, that could be just from those same 5, then you get another $1,600 in CSV. And every one after that is additional income. It is one of the key ways that we're able to find financial success within Stampin' Up! And it all starts here. So instead of just talking about it, I thought we would just show you some of the tools that I use to help get some of those recruits. I know personally, I need to see things. Like if there's a great deal and someone wants me to get into this great deal, it really helps me to see it. You can tell me all you want, but I want to see it in my hand. I need to be able to read for it myself. And I know for a fact that when I started 18 and a half years ago, if my demonstrator had not given me a brochure or a flyer or something, I would never have signed up, because I left there and I went home and I read it and I mulled over it and I read it, and a week later it was still there and I was still looking at it. So I'm very particular about making sure we give visuals to our customers when they're deciding about the starter kit. So there's only 2 things I'm going to show you today, because I want this to be a quick and simple and actionable item for you to get going as you're getting ready for your recruiting blitz you're going to have. We got to set our goal. How many recruits do you want to get during Saleabration? So that's where I would start first. I don't just take what comes, whatever happens. Like, set a goal. How many did you get last year? And how many do you want to get this year? So I can grow off of real numbers. Some of you didn't get any last year. So if you can get 3 or 4 or 5 this Saleabration, that's huge. Last year I had 10. So this year my goal is 15 recruits. I know I'm pushing myself a lot harder than I'm capable or used to doing, but I know that with this starter kit that we have, we should be able to push ourselves a little bit more. All right, so we're ready to jump in. The first thing I recommend doing is just creating a visual. And so then this visual will be on display for every event that I do. So I can take it with me. I can take it with me even when I'm going to home parties, kit parties, which I've been talking to you a lot about, pushing you to get those on your calendar for Saleabration. Also just your classes and if you're going at craft fairs, wherever you're doing, this is a visual you can take with you. So obviously it's the craft tote, right? Oh, you got it. This is so much, it's so pretty. I love that. So it's the craft tote. If you did not pre-order it, then you can still put this together. You would just put it like in a box or something and then have a picture of the craft tote nearby that you can show it. But if you ordered it, I didn't order it to use it myself. I ordered it to try to get recruits. And then after the recruiting after Saleabration is done, then I can use it. So what I did was I put together $175 worth of product, and also a paper pumpkin, because that's included in every starter kit too. So it's actually valued at $195. Now remember, this I'm talking to you in US dollars, so those of you who live in Canada, you've got to make your alterations. Those of you who live in the UK or New Zealand or the Netherlands, wherever you live, you have to make your own price changes like you normally would. So what I also always put in there some catalogs, because this is, I know some of my recruits that have joined, they joined because they love getting the catalog first and early and being able to order out of there right away. So I put the catalogs in there as well. So what I did was just picked out $175 of my favorite product, and the ones that I know I will be using a lot throughout my classes, so that it gives it some value. So the first thing I put in there was the butterfly bundle. So I have the bundle and the punch right there, along with the gingham gala paper and a pack of the coordinating cardstock, so that they have those basics. Now I also put in there a package of white cardstock, a package of envelopes, and also snail adhesive and a snail refill. Still have lots more money to spend, so I decided to pick another favorite out of the occasions catalog, and I picked the new puppy. The Happy Tails bundle, one of my favorites. So I put that, they get both bundles. And I put in there the chamois, so everybody can get a chamois. Let's see, I think that's all of it. So that came to about $174. And so it all, and I put the paper pumpkin and the catalogs in there as well. So that way they can see visually how awesome this is, and I will have it on display. Now I'll bring attention to it at my events. So I'm saying don't forget to check out the starter kits on special. It is the best special I think Saleab has ever had. And then I have a little card that I made. The value of it is $285 in the US. And let me tell you, I came up with that figure so you can do your own figure. So obviously it's $195 in product. And then I added on the shipping and the tax. And then it's also the tote I valued at $50. And I put obviously the shipping and the tax on that. That's what we paid for it. So it's all the shipping and taxes added in there as well. So yours might not be a $285 value because your tax might be more. Like some people's taxes are 10%, so you might actually have a higher value. Here in Michigan, it is a 6% sales tax. So I put all for only $136.74. So that's my $129 plus tax, because everything else is included. There's no shipping. So it's a $285.70 value, and they only pay it $136.74. I also put on there, ask me how, and then plus you get a 20% discount for off everything you purchase for the next 6 months. So because if they join at any time in January, then and might want to put a caveat that's starting in January. So because they get all of January, February, March, then they get April, May, and June, and July is their pending month. So if they join in January, they actually get 7 months to enjoy that discount. And that's just the start. Obviously, if they buy their 300, or if they start to sell a little bit or collect orders from friends, then they will extend that. So I will definitely explain that to them. But this is just a little thing that I will put right next to the tote so that they can see the value of what's in there. So that's the first visual. Now what's really cool is I also do Facebook Lives, and I do videos. So I will be showing that often during my Facebook Lives. I've already showed it twice, and I will continue to keep showing it. And you could do a Facebook Live specifically just on the best deal in the catalog, and then you have a visual that you can show them all that's included, and then tell them obviously you can change it to whatever you want. This was just some of my favorites that are in the Occasions catalog that you can start off with right away. So the people that you're attracting, we're not able to pre-order any of this, so it's going to be on their wish list. Okay, so then my next thing I want to do is I want to create some recruiting packets, ones that are more up to date. I've done them before, but they're kind of outdated now. So, and I'm going to use our Saleabration paper because it is just so gorgeous and it's free. It didn't cost me anything. So what you're going to do, I've made these before, so some of you may have already seen them. So this is a quick reminder of how you can make some really cute and pretty recruiting folders that you can have. And guess what I would do with it? I'd probably tuck them right inside that tote so I can hand them to people who are interested and might just want to think about it. And I'm okay if people want to think about it. I need to think about things too. And I feel so certain and so positive that our starter kit is the best deal that when they think about it and I talk to them again, they're going to be ready to say yes when I talk to them the next time. So all you do, you have your 12 by 12, and I simply score it at 3 inches along the bottom. So, and you can do the butterflies on the outside, and so you don't want to cut, you just want to score it. So I just do like a 3-inch line at the bottom. You didn't see me do it, but I did 3 inches. And then that actually gets folded up. And I want my black to be on the outside. I love this gingham or the buffalo check. So that's all I did. And then I just folded it in half. Now use your bone folder to get a really good crease. But this is just a really neat way to present the opportunity to them. So here I've just created a really neat little pocket folder. In there, you want to make sure you have recruiting brochures, and I personalize them, and I put my little label on the bottom there because they don't need the barcode, and it just says, I'd love to have you on my team, love Rhonda. So that, look, tucks in there perfectly. And then I also want to put a Saleabration brochure, and when I talk to her, I'm going to point out in the very beginning right here is what I want her to focus on. So this is a great, especially if you don't own the tote, these are beautiful pictures, and it really maps out your option 1 and your option 2. It's hard to do in the video. So I will definitely point this out to her. You can even turn this inside out if you want to and put it in there like that. But I also think it's best for them to join now so that when they want to put their own personal purchases in, they're able to get the whole rest of the catalog. So I put that in there as well. And then I have a couple more tools that I like to share with them. The first one is it's Become a Rubber Queen Today. So this I pulled directly off of my blog and just copied and pasted it and put it into a document. So I talk often to anybody and everybody. You should have a benefits page, a benefits sheet. Like, why would anybody want to join with you? And so this is mine that I just really, and it's the same exact information that's on my blog. So when I'm trying to recruit somebody online, I can send them the link right to my Join Now page, Become a Rubber Queen page, or for people who are face-to-face, I can just print it off and I have that in here with all of my contact information. So I take that and fold that in half. I also put the starter kit order form in here. Just print off the first sheet so that way they can see it's really simple. It's your name, address, social security number, and that's pretty much it. And then what you want for your $175, and that's it. So it's a really simple form for them to fill out. Kind of makes it a little bit less, overwhelming. And then lastly, I do have a flyer that you can print off also from Stampin' Up. So I try to use my Stampin' Up resources, but I also personalize it with what benefits do they get for being a part of my team. So I take this and put this in there too. The last thing I like to do is when I'm mailing this to somebody, because I do mail these, or if I'm going to personally hand deliver it to somebody, I'll put a personal card in there using some of the new Saleabration. So look, it all fits in there so perfect. You could take a ribbon and tie this up, which is probably what I would do. And I would even maybe stamp something and stick on the front. But really, I just take a bow and tie it into a ribbon because what we do is cute and pretty. And we want to make sure that what we're presenting to them is cute and pretty, but also a really good deal. So when you look at it, look how nice it is when they open it up. And it's full of information that they can read about the starter kit and about why they would want to join your team. So I'll share with you these documents and you're welcome to tailor them to your team. But there's benefits for joining any team. But you want to make sure that if you have extra things, like if you meet with your team monthly, if you have a team Facebook group, if you share, like I share all my online classes with my team, if you do these things, then you want to make sure that those are real perks to belonging to your team, and they're going to want to join with you. So there are the 2 visuals that I want to share with you, and I'm encouraging you to add that to your to-do list this week. When you make up the recruiting packet, when you buy the brochures, I think they come in packs of 10 or 12 or 20, whatever it is, make them all up. Make a goal to have supplies, print off 10. So make up 10 or 20 of these recruiting packets so you have them for the whole 3 months that you can sell this starter kit. A lot of times we're going to be planting the seeds in January and February, and then when March rolls around, it's going to be like, okay, you're right, my wish list is just growing, it's not shrinking. I know some people at first think, oh, I'm just going to put in a little order and then I'll be good to go. And we know that doesn't happen. Usually what happens is that wish list actually gets bigger and more things are added. And then they realize, okay, this discount that she's talking about really is for me. So just keep working on it. January and February, you'll probably have some that will take advantage right away, and other ones just need to think about it for a little bit, and that's okay. That's why you have to have these resources to give them so that when they're thinking about it, they're going to join with you. All right, there you go. Those are 2 very solid things that actually 3, because 1, I want you to set your goal. How many recruits do you want to have for Saleabration? And number 2, create your visual display that shows $195, $195 of product, because you can add a paper pumpkin to that. And then you create your benefits page. And don't forget, I'll share with you this as well, but your numbers are not going to be correct. You're going to want to just take the time to make up your own. And I just made a little tent. You probably could even put some more information on the back if you wanted to. But that's just a little visual of how much the value is compared to what they're going to be spending on it. Okay, good luck, guys. I know you are going to grow your teams and burst them. I am so excited to see personally what my whole team does with using the starter kit as a tool to be able to grow their teams, which in turn will grow all of our teams. And you will have a Saleabration that you will be at the end, it will blow you away how it's changed your business. Bye-bye.